Turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shade walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section. She call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shade.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Look on Shade's tube, press replay. You thought I let game, and back again. Say what she want and laughs all day. Level Shade's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, is somebody hurt? Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right here, late night with Shade. She say what she want and laughs all day. Level Shade's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shade.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Level Shade's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shade. On Shade's tube. She back again.
It's late night with Shade.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shade's tube, press replay. Like you thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shade.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shade's tube, press replay. Like you thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Shades 2 Late Night Owls Talk Time, and thank you guys so much for being here. Welcome to everybody in the bushes, everybody who watches this in the replay. Over here in the chat, we got Jermaine and Tony Bands up in the place to be. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Okay, let's go ahead and do this copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area, and part of it is scrolling across that little screen. Guys, if you enjoy this content tonight, make sure you thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notifications, share, leave a comment, and hype this video up. If you want to show additional support for the channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, cash app donation at $Shades2, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. Thank you guys. Thanks to all who have donated. Letitia this year, Stephanie, and I think Sharon and Jermaine. Thank you guys so much. And Tony Bands. Thank you guys so much for donating this year. I appreciate y'all. All right. Good memory, huh? Hey, I hope you guys had a blessed Wednesday. Happy and blessed Thursday. Tonight, guys, we are talking about only one topic so we can get out of here. And we are going to be talking about Neo Langston, who is D4vd's friend. And as y'all know, if y'all watch my news reaction that I did, I think it was last week, I talked about him getting arrested. It was probably 2 weeks ago. We thought that maybe he was getting arrested because he did not show up for a grand jury hearing once before. And of course, I think that was correct. Okay, so tonight I'm following up on that because he did go in front of the grand jury I guess, today, and I'm going to give you the information regarding that. So get yourself a drink, like water, in a nice, relaxing chair, bed, or whatever. If you are at work, continue to do your job, or watch or listen to me on the download. And we are getting ready to get started. Don't forget the thumbs up when you come in, okay? And subscribe. And welcome to all my new subbies too. I forget to say that sometimes. But yeah, welcome to all my new subbies, and thank you guys for joining Shay's family. And my new person who just got a membership, Angela, thank you so much for that membership. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. I think, did I put this thing up here? Let's see. And let me put my music on in the background because it's too quiet. Too quiet. Actually, let me change it to this. Okay. So anyway, let me get the information, you guys. Hold on for a second, please. So this is according to Newsbreak and Complex magazine, I guess. So D4vd's friend, Neo Langston, appeared before an LA grand jury as part of the investigation into the unaliving of Celeste Rivas after his recent arrest for failing to appear as a witness. So that's already confirmed why he got arrested. The 23-year-old influencer appeared at a courthouse on Wednesday, February the 4th, where a grand jury has been convened since November to gather information about 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, whose dismembered body was found in September 2025 inside D4vd's Tesla in Hollywood. Neo spent about 30 to 40 minutes inside the grand jury room and then left the courthouse without answering any questions. And that's according to TMZ. Now, TMZ also reported that Deputy District Attorney Beth Silverman, who is presenting the case, declined to comment while heading into court. Neo was arrested on January the 22nd in Helena, Montana, after an arrest warrant was issued by an LA judge. He was taken into custody at his mother's home, transported to LA, and booked into the LAPD's Metropolitan Detention Center on a $60,000 bail before bonding out. So he got some money, huh? Now, before his arrest, the former Twitch streamer who streamed under the name Neo the Asian appeared in multiple photographs alongside D4vd, like the one you see on my thumbnail. Multiple witnesses have already testified in the Celeste Rivas case. An LAPD source also confirmed that D4vd David, born David Anthony Burke, is a suspect and is reportedly expected to be indicted on murder charges. Wow. LAPD homicide detectives have identified a second suspect who may have been involved before, during, and after her unaliving. So, I mean, I figured when Neo got arrested, I figured that it was because he did not show up for the grand jury hearing before, okay? And that was true. I wish we knew exactly what went on inside of the grand jury, but I guess we won't. Eventually, I guess it'll come out and everything. But I'm wondering, what did he say? Do y'all think he told anything regarding the unaliving of Celeste? Or if he knew anything? Okay, let's go ahead and go to this TikTok videos, a couple TikTok videos, see what they're saying about it. Let me mute this real quick. Let's go ahead and do this.
Hey Neo, why are you being
So this is TMZ's coverage of this, okay? Let me see if did I share that correctly. Okay.
called to testify today? How did everything go in there?
I say the word.
Why were you avoiding testifying? Do you think David is innocent? Is there anything you want to tell the public about the David case? Anything?
He did not say a
Hey
word.
Neo, why are you being called to testify today?
He did not say a word. Okay, I'm not anything. Damn. Let's see what else we can find. He didn't say anything at all, which I don't blame him. Okay. So let's see. I mean, he didn't say anything. Let's see what he said.
D4vd, the grand jury proceeding, and Neo Langston. Let's get into it. D4vd is being investigated.
Yeah, I see. I'm not the only one who called his name just like it's written. It's just really just pronounced David. Okay. I know. I'm trying to figure out why he write it like this too.
For a homicide. On September 8th of 2025, David's black Tesla is found in an impound lot. It's had a bunch of tickets, and there's a foul smell coming from the vehicle. Ooh, stinky. So police are called. They come out, they investigate, they open up the front trunk of the Tesla, and lo and behold, there is a decomposed body of a 14-year-old girl, Celeste Rivas. It's tragic. The body is so decomposed that they don't even know if, like, the cause of death. They can't figure out. It's too decomposed. So the state of California starts this homicide investigation, and they've even convened a grand jury. Now, the DA in that case subpoenaed a witness to the grand jury, one of D4vd, David's friends, Neo Langston, this man. And he was supposed to appear at the grand jury, but he never showed up. So a warrant is issued for his arrest. Langston heads on out to Montana, and he's arrested out there. Now he's brought back, and today he testified at the grand jury. When a witness comes to the grand jury, the DA is going to want to try to talk to them, right? Because they're not going to want to put a witness on the stand that they don't control, that they haven't interviewed. But his testimony lasts for 40 minutes, which is an indication that he might have pled the fifth. But even if he pleads the fifth, it doesn't get you out of answering questions, because there's provisions in the grand jury. They'll give you immunity for the answers that you give. Now, it also tells me that Mr. Langston, if he's being called to the grand jury, is likely not a target of the investigation. He is a subject. He is a witness in the state's investigation of the homicide of that poor young girl, Celeste Rivas.
Okay. He broke it on down, at the end. Everything else, he just, said the same thing that I said. So he said that if he's going in front of the grand jury, he's probably not, going to be a suspect. He's probably more like a witness. He saw something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering, he said he don't think he said anything. He probably just pled the fifth. So he did not speak. So what happens after that? If he plead the fifth, what happens after that? That's what I'm wondering. He did a good job. He really did. Okay. So let's see. So let's see what she's talking about right here.
It's been a while since we heard anything about the case of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, but last Thursday, January 20th,
Somebody said they believe Neo was in love with David. I also believe Celeste was pregnant. They said she wasn't. Something happened where they made her become deceased, because it would be an issue if she was pregnant, because she's a minor. He cried at the concert while he left Neo in charge to dispose her body, but he then lost the car key. Then the smell got worse, where the Tesla had to get towed. Let's see, towed away. Neo looks unbothered and is smiling because he's not mentally okay, especially after, and if he did all that to her body just for David, who is his best friend. Neo ran because he was scared that the truth was going to come out, especially if they had footage of him in the Tesla. I don't think they got footage of him in that Tesla, because if they did, he would probably not be, I don't know if he would be in front of the grand jury or what, but I don't think they do have him in there in the in the Tesla. But then again, they could. I don't know. I don't know. I thought they said that Celeste wasn't pregnant already. They already said that that girl was not pregnant. Okay, so that right there is thrown out the window. They said she was not pregnant. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I was originally thinking maybe, somebody tried to do something to her, you know what I'm saying, actually or something, and might have did it and then unalived her so she wouldn't talk. Or, maybe, some of the stuff that David sings about, maybe he reenacted that out. Okay. You just never know. Maybe he changed into his ulterior ego person or whatever. I forgot which is that. I think I said that right. And then did it then. Who knows? I don't know why she was unalive. I'm just throwing out what I think. It could be so many reasons. Maybe it was a sacrifice or some type of ritual or something like that. And I just wonder what he knows, because he did not speak really. So what does he know about this entire situation? Now, just because I don't know if he was in a Tesla, I don't think so. I don't think he was the one. They did say they have a second suspect. Who is the second suspect? If that's true. Now, let's see what that PI said again, okay? Because he found information, he found some evidence. Well, not no evidence, but he found things at that house. That's kind of weird. So this is the interview with him. Let's go ahead and see what he said real quick. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. This is like 12 parts, but let's just look at a couple of them.
Again, the public is just so concerned as to why there hasn't been an arrest yet.
It definitely is confusing. Okay, I mean, this case is weird, man. Somebody has to know something, though. You know what I'm saying? And who drove the car to its final resting place? And who put the girl's body inside of the Tesla? Because I can't imagine that it was in there the whole time, because I know it wasn't. They said that the body was partially frozen. Okay, so that indicates that the body wasn't there long. Plus, if a body was in there that long, the smell would be so bad. You know what I'm saying? So they would have been called somebody out to get that car. So I think they just had placed that body there not too long before they found that car.
If
I know, I think it's gonna be a while too, because I think that they gotta wait for the tox results to come back for
right.
Because again, if they arrest them, they got to charge them. The DA's got to charge them within 3 days and business days. And so here it's been running like 60 days to get toxicology back. Now, could they have put a rush on this? They could have, but even high profile.
Oh, let me stop this right, because I think they did get the toxicology reports, right? What is this lady talking about? This must be a psychic right here. She was unalive to harvest her consciousness, but her soul had already escaped. Let's see what this lady talk about, y'all. Okay.
But the murder of Celeste was a consciousness.
The thing about it, she got music playing, so we're not going to be able to listen to her. They be tripping me out when they be doing like psychic stuff, and they be wrong. Let me see if they got any updated information. This was just done on the 26th. We can listen to this one.
Police may have finally made an arrest in the case, and it wasn't David. No, instead it was 23-year-old Neo Langston, who was arrested on Thursday in Montana, of all places, on an out-of-state warrant for allegedly failing to appear in court as a witness. Now, Langston, a popular Twitch streamer who often appeared on social media with the singer, was transported back to LA for booking last week. He's already out of custody after posting bond on Saturday. What does this arrest say about the strength of the possible case against David, in your opinion?
It does worry me a little bit because I think personally, I believe there's multiple people involved.
See, I do too. I think it's more than two, because somebody had to assist him with this whole entire thing. If he did anything, because we don't know if he actually did anything. If he was out on tour and that car was moved because it wasn't there before, that means that somebody else was helping. Okay. And then I'm thinking it's more than one person. Okay. It could be 2 or 3 people, especially helping to dismember the body and all of that. I mean, you got to be really sick to be sitting there dismembering a body too. That's weird. Okay.
Happened, and at a minimum, multiple people knew what happened. And Neo is a person that was around a lot, and by him, if he was subpoenaed as a witness, that worries me a little bit, because targets typically won't be called before a grand jury, or they would plead the fifth. So if they need him as a witness, that makes me think that he might be being offered a deal.
Some new insight. The other guy said if they need him as a witness, I forgot what he said. But the thing is, if he was driving that Tesla with that body, they would have already arrested him for accessory. So I don't think he was accessory in that way. He could have been at the dude's house when this happened. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't think he was driving a Tesla. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm just saying I don't think that, because he would already be arrested for accessory to an urn. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Let me put my phone on. Sorry. Okay, these batteries go down quickly when they start going down. So this is a strange ass case, for real. Let's see what they said about. She said the shocking truth about her. Let's see what she's talking about.
Rivas Hernandez and David, and this one's a big one. Celeste was not frozen, and she was not without her head. I know you guys have been waiting for it, and LAPD has finally broke their silence.
Well,
and I figured out.
Yeah, the thing is that they came back again and said that that's not 100% true. She was partially frozen and she was dismembered. I don't know what part of her body was dismembered. I don't know where people got the head thing from. I thought maybe they were talking about her legs and arms were not, was dismembered. I'm thinking that it was probably like that so they can be able to fit her inside of whatever they put her in. When they stored her, like if she was like in a refrigerator, freezer, or something like that.
Broke their silence more than once. First, LAPD today is really coming at TMZ for what they reported about Celeste Rivas Hernandez being frozen. LAPD captain and commanding officer of the Robbery Homicide Division, Scott Williams, told people just now that Celeste Rivas Hernandez was not frozen and her head was intact. He said that the whole frozen thing doesn't even make sense. She was in the car for weeks. Even if she had been frozen solid when she was put in the car, which there is no evidence to suggest that she was, 5 or more weeks in the trunk of a car in the heat in the middle of summer would not have resulted in a partially frozen person being discovered on September 8th. It's important to note that they do not say that other parts were not unattached from Celeste, and I'm going to tell you why this.
About it though, I never heard anyone say her body was completely frozen. They said part of her, she was frozen, not her whole entire body. And I never even heard anything about she was decapitated. They said that she was dismembered. Decapitation is different than dismembered.
Is important. This is because they also talked to the Los Angeles Times today, and I also figured out they talked to the Los Angeles Times last week. At the start of this investigation, the Los Angeles Times reported that the LAPD told them that what they found in David's trunk of his Tesla was a head and a torso. The LAPD captain also talked to the Los Angeles Times today after the medical examiner put out his statement about the LAPD putting a security hold on Celeste's results. He said this remains an ongoing investigation by the Robbery Homicide Division decision, and the purpose of the court order is to ensure that the LAPD receives the information before the public does. Investigators believe that more than one person was involved in an effort to dispose of Celeste in the months before her remains were found in the Tesla. According to 2 law enforcement sources familiar with the probe, and she may have passed away in spring. Last week, LAPD Deputy Chief Alan Hamilton, who oversees the department's detective operations, addressed the investigation, saying, "Accountability is coming. Our RHD detectives have been working and not waiting for the decision from the medical examiner. They are going to get justice for Celeste Rivas Hernandez. No one is off the table, including David." He also said the probe had stepped up in the recent days, but no official suspect has been named publicly. But we can confirm that this investigation is ongoing. The LAPD.
Okay, so like I just told you, I never seen anything that said that her head was not attached. Okay, and like I said before, decapitation and dismemberment are 2 different things. And I also researched it just a few minutes ago while she was talking, just to make sure I'm right. So when you say dismembered, that means you cut, tore, or remove any limb or organ from a body. Okay, decapitation is when you take their head from the body. All right. So I didn't read anything like that. I have always read dismemberment, and I did not read that they said her body was completely frozen. It says she was partially frozen, and it says she was completely in different scenarios for how long she was inside of that Tesla trunk. If she was in there for weeks and no one smelled that body, that's kind of odd. Because I thought they said that Tesla was moved from location to location in that same area. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. So, I don't know. Let's see what you say. Can't be true, can it? I don't know. And that's what I would think, that they were doing the same thing. Okay, let's finish. Let's see what else we got. So this is the medical exam. Let me see if this is
We have a massive update in the Celeste Rivas Hernandez case.
I don't want to see the old stuff because we already know about all that. And this is not real, okay? So sometime on YouTube and TikTok, they put up fake stories. So they just did this one right here. Let's see what they're saying here.
There's been a lot of speculation about whether her boyfriend, the rap artist known as David, had anything to do with her murder.
Let me correct her. He is not a rap artist, okay? He doesn't rap. If he may rap in some of his songs or whatever, but he's not a rapper. Goodness.
Her body was found dismembered and badly decaying in the back of his Tesla in his trunk on a street in Hollywood. David, whose legal name is David Anthony Burke, has said he had nothing to do with Celeste's murder. And in fact, he was on tour when her body was found. David has not been named a suspect in Celeste's murder, but we're now learning that prosecutors may be considering criminal charges against him. I reached out to David's attorney, but didn't hear back. There's been a lot of speculation about whether her boyfriend.
That's crazy. He said he didn't have anything to do with her unaliving, but I mean, didn't he wonder where she was at? Okay, she didn't call him or anything. You would wonder where she's at. I don't believe him. I know he is not a rapper, but yeah, I really don't believe him. I hate to say that, because how can you not be wondering where she is if you haven't heard from her, or no text messages, no calls, no nothing? And you would think he would call her parents just to see where she's at, and nothing. And then that strange call to his parents' house, and they swatted his parents' house, and that person sounded like they had used a voice changer and stuff. This is weird. And this is why I think more than 2 people helped. Okay, it's probably more than 2. because I mean, it's a lot of things that were done that just more than one person probably would have done it. So let's see what else we got here. So this is all I want to see. Nothing old. There's not too many updates on this case. So what is this right here? Let's see this.
Police and crime scene investigators were out at Singer David's Hollywood house yesterday executing a search warrant. Let me explain what they were doing. I'm a forensic scientist and a former CSI, and there's a couple bits of information that we can see in the photos that the media took to give some insight about what type of processing is going on inside of the house. One of the photos that the media took was this photo of a crime scene investigator tinkering with this piece of equipment. This is the Leica RTC 360. It's a three-dimensional laser scanner. What this device here does is that this little top box part spins around 360 degrees and it shoots a little laser beam out of this middle part here. And anything that laser touches basically gets recorded and measured. This is a type of device that we use to create a three-dimensional model, for lack of a better term. It takes measurements of every single thing and recreates the crime scene in three-dimensional digital space. So we can see this scan of the house on a computer. At my agency and at most agencies that I teach at, this is something that's only really deployed in homicide investigations. We already know that police are treating this investigation like a homicide, so it's not surprising to see them using this type of technology. I do think the fact that they are deploying it out at the house indicates that there's at least some belief that some sort of act happened in the house. The death of this girl or some sort of concealment of the body probably happened inside the house, or at least police and crime scene investigators were out at.
It's pretty fascinating information. I'm trying to figure out about that freezer, but it wasn't open, so don't forget about that. It wasn't open. And then I can't remember what else they said they found. I know about the little freezer thing, and then there was a couple other things. I know a saw or something. I'm just trying to figure out why he ordered all that stuff. That right there is a video that he did, okay? So now they're asking, was he offered a deal? So I don't know if I doubt it, because they would have said something about it. He's not even a suspect yet. So why would they be offering him a deal? But this is a very strange case, and I'm just, shocked that they haven't found out exactly what happened to this, who unalived this girl. This was a trip. I just wanted to see if they had anything else here. Okay. So what do y'all think about this? Do y'all feel like David did this? Or you think that he didn't do it and somebody else is responsible for this? Let me go back over here. What do you guys think? Let me stop sharing. Because again, like I said before, for me, I kind of feel like he did, Because again, if the girl you're talking to or you're friends with or whatever, if she doesn't contact you, don't text, no phone call, nothing, you would think that he would be alarmed by that, and he would basically call around to see if she's in certain places. And he would definitely call her parents to see the mom if she's at home. Did she go back to her house? So you said you initially thought he did, but now you don't. You said at this point you don't know. I mean, if he didn't actually do it, then do you think he knows something about it? Or you think it's a setup? The only thing that makes me think that I don't know 100% sure is because why would he leave his car with her body in it right by his house? Because that would automatically make the police think that he did it or he had some involvement in it. So why would he leave his car there? Or did something like this happen? Like I said, something happened at that house before he went on tour, and they either purposely unalived her or did it by mistake, or maybe she had an OD, and they, was scared to call the police because she's underage and all that. And then they went on and stored her body somewhere, maybe in the refrigerator or freezer or something like that, or somewhere. And that's why she was dismembered, so she could fit in whatever type of compartment or whatever they put her in. Okay. And then David had to go on tour. So he left and told whomever to leave the body in the freezer or whatever. I don't know. And then that person might have got scared, okay, and got scared that he is going to be in trouble. And so therefore he took the body out the freezer, put it in the car, kept moving the car, and then eventually left it in one position to make it look like David, to point all the fingers to David. That could be, a situation that transpired as well. I don't know for sure. I'm just throwing out stuff, Or either, like I said before, something popped off in that house when he was on tour, or before tour, if she was unalive, or it was some type of ritual or something like that. It's just weird. The whole thing is. The whole thing is. So what do you guys think? And the PI, you say you still don't see a motive. If he did it, that's why I'm using the word if he did it, it's not a real motive. I mean, like I said, OD means what? DRUGS, involved. She's a minor, you don't want to get in trouble. So if she did that herself, they just concealed the, the unaliving, okay, because they were scared because she's a minor and they would get in serious trouble. In an act of rage, what would he be mad about though? Or unless something happened with her and one of his friends, okay? And then he went into an act of rage and mistakenly unalived her. And once he unalived her, he tried to get away with it. You dismember her legs, her arms, or whatever, so she could fit inside of wherever they were stored, they were keeping her at and stuff until they could figure out what to do. Or they was doing some type of ritual that got out of hand, okay? So I'm just saying. So I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's a very strange case, and it's just, strange. I don't know. I don't understand why the police can't piece it together. But then again, I mean, it may be a hard case to piece together because for one thing, her body was very badly decomposed, and they believe initially her body was left there since maybe it could have been left there. It could have been, she could have been unalive since the spring, okay? The spring of 2025, I think that's what they said. And then they didn't find her body until what? September? So that's a long time. So a lot of stuff, I don't know if they can tell because she, her body was so badly decomposed. And some things they may not even be putting out to the public because, a lot of times you put things out to the public and then they do YouTube videos on it and everything else, you mess up the case. So no telling what information they have. And like I said before, sources said that D4vd David could be possibly indicted soon. Okay, so we will be looking at that to see if that's really true. But I am going to keep you guys updated as I find out more information regarding this case, and hopefully they will find out what happened to this girl. You say you find it hard to believe that she was unalive that long? Why? She could have been. They could have kept her in some type of freezer. So you think she had just, well, either she got unalive in the spring or either she got unalive before he went on tour, and that was in July, if he had anything to do with it. She could have been unalive while he was gone, because like I said, something could have popped. He could have, listen, He could have left her at his home, right? And something popped off while he was gone and got out of hand. Either she could have, you know, I almost said the word. She could have did that, or maybe somebody tried to actually assault her or did, and then unalive her. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. So I don't know. I can believe she was gone a long time, you know, maybe, you know, because it's, you know, you can put the body, you know, somewhere where you can't smell it, like in a freezer or something like that. You just, you know, you just never know. And then when David went out, he went out late at night and went somewhere. Where did he go and what was he doing? He could have had that body in there then. Or I don't know if he was in the car by himself because they don't have any type of surveillance footage to back that up. But what if he took her up there when he left and then did something to her up there? We just really don't know. Right. Nobody noticed she was gone. Not the friends or anything. So that's kind of weird. That's what makes me think that he had something to do with it or knew what happened or did it himself. Because why didn't he call around to see where that girl was at? That's kind of odd. Very strange. A very strange story. But like I said, I will keep you guys posted on any updates regarding this case. And from time to time, I do revisit certain cases that I went over before. And so I want to tell you guys some updates on 2 other cases real quick. So the first one, before we get ready to go, the first one is on Carmelo Anthony, okay? I hope I saved the stuff. Let's see here. So anyway, yeah. Hold on. So as you guys already know, he will be going on trial on June the 1st, 2026. It starts on June the 1st, 2026, unless they changed it again. And y'all know that he is accused of fatally stabbing fellow Frisco student Austin Metcalf. Okay. So Anthony, who was 17 at the time of the April the 2nd, 2025 stabbing, is charged with first-degree murder. And y'all know that this incident happened during a dispute at a Frisco track meet, with Anthony claiming self-defense. There you go with the self-defense again, okay? So that trial is set to start on June the 1st, 2026. The first hearing is set to begin at 9 a.m. before Judge John R. Roach in the 296th District Court. So I'm not going to go over the backstory, all right, because I'm pretty sure you guys still remember it. Okay, do y'all remember? So look it up and go over the backstory because I don't want to go over it tonight because it's a long story. But anyway, I just told you some general information regarding it so you know what I'm talking about. So I will be covering that trial, all right? And because I honestly believe that it was self-defense. I could be wrong, but I honestly believe that, you know. And then I have another case update. And this update was actually last year. I don't know if I said anything about it, but this was a case that I was not covering because I didn't have I had my YouTube channel and I was doing my Dollar Tree hauls and stuff, but I wasn't doing like these lives or anything. But at this time, when this little girl got unalive, she got KIDNAPPED first, and then unalive, I was like in another chat with some other people who were covering this. And this little girl, Camille Cupcake McKinney. Anyway, the 2 people who were charged with unaliving her, they went to court, I think last year sometime, and they got life in prison, okay, which is a good thing. However, they did do an appeal, and if that appeal is granted, they go back to court again. So they are awaiting a ruling on a federal appeal at this moment. They said once the appeal receives a decision, new court dates are expected to be established by the court. Now, Patrick Starworth and I forgot the girl's name. Let me see, what's her name? Let me look up her name if I can find it. Derica Brown. Okay. They were sentenced to life in prison on federal KID NAPPING charges related to the abduction of a Birmingham toddler back in 2019. They got 2023, but she got abducted in 2019. So Cupcake was taken from a birthday party at the Tom Brown Village Housing Community in Birmingham in October of 2019. Her body was discovered in a dumpster 10 days later. And that was a very, very hard case to be even involved in, because this little girl, was only 3 years old at the time. And the fact that they snatched this little girl at a birthday party, and she was at a birthday party. Her mom left her at the birthday party, and I think the people who had the party were supposed to be watching her, and they really wasn't. The little girl was outside by herself playing with another little girl. So Patrick and Derica basically, lured the little girl to the van, if I remember this correctly, by offering her candy. The little girl was even crying when they was trying to put her in the van or whatever the case is. I can't remember. But this whole entire story was a sad ass story, man. And honestly, I'm glad as of right now they do have life versus just putting them to DP, because I wanted them to go to get life in prison so they can suffer, you know what I'm saying, and remember what they did to this little girl. The Cupcake's birthday is in April. She would have been what? So 2019, 21, 23, 24, 25. She would have been 10 years old this year. And she reminds me of my other daughter too. That's why it was so touchy, because that's who she reminded me of, because her mom used to comb her hair the same way I comb my other daughters' hair when she was little. Cute little girl, very cute. It's a shame that these two animals did this to this little girl. And if y'all go back and look up that story, you would see why I'm saying what I'm saying and stuff. I'm not going to talk about the story in detail because it's too sad. And plus, it's just a sad thing, and I don't want to bring it, back out like that. I just wanted to give you guys an update on the case, just in case, you know about this case. But that's the update, and when the appeal is answered or whatever the case is, I'll definitely update you guys on that. And I hope they don't grant that. I really do. I hope they say no to it, so they can just get that, be there for life in prison. They want to go back to trial because they're trying to get a lesser sentence. That's crazy. So I hope they don't grant it. So anyway, like I said, I will keep you guys updated on all those things I just told you about. Now I'm just going to give y'all maybe two breaking news, and then we're going to get out of here. I'm doing good with the time tonight, 49 minutes. Hey. Rest in peace to Camille. Okay? And still my prayers are still extending out to her mom, April, and her dad, and her other family members. Cute little girl, man. I watched all her little videos that her mom put out, and I did talk to her mom, via social media and stuff. And I was taking up for her mom too, because y'all, I sure was, because everybody was trying to say she was involved in it, and the baby's dad. You know how they get on social media, don't know what the hell they be talking about. I took up for her. I got into it with the person that I was watching, and I was in the chat on their in their little group thing. Because I had said that initially that somebody took her from the project, and a chick talking about nobody would come to the projects and take no kid because they scared of all the project people. I was like, girl, are you tripping? Ain't nobody scared of no daggone project people. And I was right, because that's exactly what they did. They took that little girl right there. Goodness. But anyway, like I said, I will keep you guys updated on all these little stories and stuff. Now, let's go ahead and do this breaking news real quick. Okay, so did y'all know that what's this dude's name? God, I'm trying to think which one of them. Hold on, let me look it up because I forgot which person it is, which rapper. I think it's the Yin Yang Twins, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. No, it's a them. Let me see, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, Little John. Okay. His son is missing. All right. Now I don't know if he's back home now, but he was missing. Okay, in Georgia. They say he just ran out of the house. Isn't that weird? So maybe he's back now. I don't know. But they did issue a missing person alert for Nathan Smith, also known as DJ Young Slade, according to Rough Draft Atlanta. The 27-year-old was last seen at his home on Baldwin Drive in Milton yesterday morning around 6. They say he ran out of his house and has been missing since. They say he left on foot and he does not possess a phone. They say he may be disoriented and in need of assistance. Family and friends are concerned for his safety. So hopefully they found him. I don't know. I don't know. So Smith is 5'9" and weighs 150 pounds with short black hair. He has a tattoo of lips on his right collarbone. Authorities were spotted looking in Mayfield Lake, which is located next to Baldwin Drive. However, it's not clear if their search was related to Smith's case. Now, when they wrote this report, Smith was not located at that time, okay? So hopefully they have found him. Now, they did say if you know anything about this or you know where he's at, call the non-emergency dispatch line at 678-297-6300 or contact Detective Moore at Sarah, SARAH, Moore, MOORE, at miltonga.gov. That's Sarah, SARAH, MOORE, at miltongeorgia.gov. Or you can contact Detective Moore at 678-297-6300. And like I said, I hope that he's found. Right now, I don't know for sure. I didn't see any updated information that he was found, but you never know. All right. And hopefully I can remember to give you guys an update tomorrow in case they do find him. That's sad. Just ran out the house, man. Yeah, I don't see. He's still missing. He's been missing since the other day too. Since February the 3rd. It's the 5th. Yeah. Well, that's sad. Hopefully he's okay though. 27 years old. Okay, let's see what else we got. I hope he's okay too. Because man, they say he could be disoriented too, so. Okay, let's see what else we got here. One more story, and that'll be it. They had another recall too. I just don't remember exactly what it was. There's so many, they be having so many recalls, you guys. Like, you know, all you need to do though is go to Google, type in recalls, and they will show you food recalls or whatever. And they will tell you. It's every day they have recalls though, every single day. So let's see here. So a 67-year-old man, you guys, was accused of continuously sexually abusing a young girl. 67 years old. It shows you that even when people get older, they still be doing weird stuff. You know what I'm saying?
A 67-year-old man is accused of continuous sexual abuse of a young girl. John Drobiszewski was arrested yesterday after the elementary-age girl made an outcry to a relative. The child later repeated the same details in 3 separate forensic interviews. According to an arrest affidavit, the girl said she could no longer keep the secret. Investigators say she told them the man warned her not to tell anyone or he would get in trouble. Drobiszewski remains in jail on a $100,000 bond.
That's I told you.
A 67
doesn't even make any sense. Okay? Just when people do these type of crimes, I think they automatically should put them in prison for life. No chance of getting out. Point blank. Because it doesn't even make no sense. 67 years old. This dude is almost 70. And he still don't got no damn sense. That messed up this little girl life doing all that. So let's see what else. So they claim that, and I'm getting ready to speak in code, okay? So they won't try to block this. So they claim in the you know what files, one story is that a teen who was, whose victim was a human incubator for his secret baby. And they claim a chilling diary entry reveals that. So let's see what it said. And I'm going to be speaking in little codes and saying little things so I can be able to tell you. It's a lot. Did y'all see those files? Did you read it? There's a lot of weird shit in it. Even about y'all, you know who I'm talking about. Anyway, they claim he allegedly fathered a child with one of his victims, one of his underage victims, okay? It says the baby was reportedly taken from her mother shortly after birth. They claim he wanted to create a superior gene pool. It's some weird shit. They claim this child was born around 2002 when the underage girl, the mom, was only 16 or 17 years old. This victim also, who is unidentified, she also said in her diary that she wasn't the only one who had a child with that dude. She claimed in the documents that the disgraced you-know-who fathered children with many of his victims, aiming to establish a superior gene pool. So that's tripped out. So one of the entries also features a 20-week pregnancy scan. And next to that scan, she wrote, "She is gone and she won't be coming back." And that's referring to how her baby was taken from her. So what happened to the baby? She said, "I saw beautiful fingers, this tiny head and body in the doctor's hand. It reached this tiny arms and had a tiny foot." And she then wrote in that diary entry that she heard that chick, you know what I'm talking about, the one that's in jail or prison, exclaiming that the baby was beautiful. And she said she was, meaning that something happened to her. Not is. She was a beautiful girl. I heard her. Where is she? Why did she stop whimpering? That's what the woman wrote in her diary. Hey, oh boy, what's up? What's up? Thank you so much for stopping by. So what did they, if this is true, what happened to the baby? You know what I'm saying? It sounds like the baby was unalive if she didn't hear it anymore. And then you use the word was, like, that's past tense. Okay, was versus is. So that's kind of weird right there. Okay. Then the same victim did a lawsuit in 2023 under a pseudonym. She claimed that Mr. Black, Leon Black, Apollo Global Management's chief executive and one of who's business connections, actually assaulted her at who's residence, resulting in injuries. Of course, Black denied these claims, but the legal proceedings continue. Man, so it's a lot of messages there that basically indicate that he fathered children with his victims, okay? So what happened to these children? And then that other weirdo, I'm talking about, the one that's over there in Britain. The one over there is over there in London, right? UK. He up there talking about he is the other weirdo's pet. Okay, that's weird. He said, I miss being your pet, or I want to be your pet. Something like that. Again, that's weird. That is so strange. These people are weird, you guys. You said the baby was stolen. I bet it ain't unalive. It probably was stolen. That's why she didn't hear it crying anymore. You know what I'm saying? That is weird. They probably didn't unalive the baby, but they probably, like you just said. Somebody said he could have sacrificed the baby. Okay? And eating them. I don't know where they get that from. Now, I did do a fact check on that, and they said they could not find any supporting evidence that those claims are true. But I don't know, because if people are doing this stuff for real, of course you would want to hide it. You know what I'm saying? You would want the public to know about it, so you're going to hide it and say it's not true. Who knows? But she said the baby wasn't making any noise anymore. So, I mean, she didn't say anything about they left with the baby, okay? She said that she did not hear the baby whimper anymore. So, I don't know. So every day, I'll try to give y'all some parts of it, but I'm going to be speaking in code like I just did. Let's see. So Russell Wilson appears in it too. I think I told y'all about that the other day. A lot of people did, but that doesn't mean they did anything. He was trying to buy that jet, so we already went over that. Okay. But anyway, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to Jermaine, oh boy, Tony Bands, everybody in the bushes, everybody who watched this in the replay. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Don't forget the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure you share and leave a comment and hype this video up by pushing the comment section over, and the hype up button will appear. Okay, and if you want to show additional support for the channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, cash out donation, $, Shades Tube, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. All right, so guys, I'll see you back tomorrow night with another Night Owl Talk Time, and we will be covering something else interesting on Thursday. You guys have a blessed night, and thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget the thumbs up and subscribe and share this video. All right, until tomorrow, good night and sweet dreams. Thanks, Jermaine. You said this is nonsense. Okay. All right, y'all, I'm out. Let's go ahead and do this. Yep, turn the music off. Let me see. Yep, I did. I never turned it back on. Anyway, y'all, good night. Sweet dreams.
Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. again like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she called names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I lacked game, back again. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, is somebody hurt? Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. On Shay's tube, she back again. Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
Good night, y'all. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another Night Owl Talk Time Live. Good night, y'all.